Coming up tonight on Patriots Unfiltered on TV, it's an AFC East showdown in Foxborough. A win by Drake May and the Pats will end the streak of 5 straight AFC East titles by Buffalo. A preview of the battle with the Bills. Also tonight, what the Patriots must do to prepare for a playoff run. And in Trash Talk, nobody has a better record than New England, but are they the best team in the NFL?
Patriots Unfiltered on TV is brought to you by Toyota's official website for deals, buyatoyota.com.
Teams are 16-12 coming off a bye this year. Understand that just because you have a bye, that doesn't mean you're guaranteed some victory the next week in this league.
The bye is behind them. A chance at history is ahead of them. Hello again, everyone. I'm Alex Francisco, and this is Patriots Unfiltered on TV. With 4 games left in the regular season, the Patriots have a chance for what could be the greatest season turnaround ever in the NFL. Let's kick it off and huddle up with Paul Perillo and Mike Dussault. The Patriots finally had a chance to rest and rejuvenate, but not the rest of the league, because the NFL does not sleep. A lot of storylines coming out of this past week, especially in the AFC. Paul, Deuce, what seeding developments were you most interested in?
Just putting the 11-2 start to the season behind us and focusing on these 4 games. I think from these games we had a chance to watch over the weekend, you realize that it's going to come down to the end. Big plays made both ways. You see what Josh Allen did, stepping up his play, MVP caliber type performance from him. And that's what the Patriots are going to have to do through these last 4 games to get where they want to go.
The big takeaway for me was just sort of the reality setting in Kansas City. We've been talking about it all year, and they don't look the same, and they're struggling and whatnot, but in the back of my mind, I just kept saying, well, they'll eventually figure it out. They'll find a way to get in. For the first time, I now think it's going to be awfully difficult for them to find their way in.
Yeah, also seeing a team like Houston making a little bit of a push. Daniel Jones injured.
Yeah. You
thought the Colts were going to be up in that top of that AFC power structure. It doesn't look like it anymore.
Ravens, too, not really having the bounce back. Colts without Daniel Jones. Chiefs, essentially not completely eliminated.
Pretty much,
it's
though.
It's going to be tough,
almost, almost done.
We've talked about how expectations are really changing for this Patriots team week to week, but now, there's an opportunity here for the taking. It's no longer a cute team making a frisky little run, right? What do these guys need to take advantage of coming out of the break to sustain this run?
Yeah, well, take advantage of the start that you put yourself in position to, potentially win the AFC top seed and get that valuable bye. They might need some help. I mean, you're going to need Denver to lose to get that. But they've given themselves a chance this weekend. It's a championship game. It's a hat and T-shirt game at home against the Bills. I don't think anybody would have thought when we talked about this season that the Patriots would be in this position. So I look forward to these games and beating Josh Allen, who's on an MVP-type performance now here at the end of the season. Lamar Jackson, I know Baltimore has faded a little bit, but to go into Baltimore and put another nail in that coffin. This Patriots team, we've talked about soft schedule, all that stuff, but I think the opportunities here over these last 4 weeks, they can really define this season with wins down the stretch.
I don't know how many years I'm going to fall into the trap of not listening to one Fred Kirsch. Fred, I'm going to look right into the camera, and I'm going to apologize yet again because you told me way back when the Patriots went to Buffalo that it was going to be a changing of the guard, and as usual, Fred Kirsch nailed it, and I scoffed at him, but it's not. You know what? It's not even about the Bills' window closing.
Closing now.
Because the Bills are fine. The Patriots are just better. There's a difference.
And part of that's Drake May, right? I think these next 4 games, this is do or die time for his MVP candidacy. Can you guys make the case?
All the MVP talk in October and November is nice, but really this is where the rubber meets the road. And if you want to be an MVP, you have to step up and lead your team into the playoffs, lead them to wins. That's what Josh Allen did, and I like going into this game, having the table kind of set for Drake. You've got to not only keep up that level of MVP play, but elevate.
In my view, this is a 2-man race between Drake May and Matthew Stafford. And Stafford was great again, shrugged off that one blip on the radar in Carolina a couple of weeks ago. But I think if May comes out, he's going to have 2 really good opportunities. The Buffalo game is going to be for a division. You put your best foot forward, and that one people are going to take notice like they did in the Monday night game against the Giants. And then you have a chance, we'll see what happens with that game, in Baltimore. I don't know where the Ravens are going exactly, but that'll be another opportunity for Drake May to really state his MVP case.
We're going to talk about the defense. So far with that bend, don't break mentality, will that be enough the rest of the way?
I just think that they really need to round out their pass rush. That's where you're going to win playoff games, is disruptive guys up front making plays and, forcing the ball out quick to the secondary that you also really like. But I think it all starts up front for me.
Yeah, I mean, the bend but don't break is fine, but you need to be really good in the red zone, and the Patriots really haven't been for the most part during the course of the season. But I don't really think that's been a lot of bend but don't break. I think it's sort of wild extremes. They either force a 3-and-out or the other team scores. And I think Mike Vrabel has sort of lamented that all year long when he talks about we need to be able to get over it if we give up a first down. All is not lost. We can still force a punt and get off the field.
I think the culture has really helped foster a lot of what you're saying. I think the whole first half of the season we've heard the same thing from every guy in the locker room that we've talked to. This is the closest team any of them have ever been a part of. Am I overstating how important that is, kind of just going down the rest of the season?
How well you play out of the bye is going to determine a lot. I think the locker room maybe can inspire some of that, but ultimately they've got to go out and they've got to execute.
Alex, I think that element of the team is probably beyond Drake May, because it's hard to just say it's more important than an MVP caliber quarterback.
Sure.
Okay, but I think it's next on the list behind Drake May. Just how connected that team has been. I think that it's one of those classic examples of the whole is greater than the sum of the parts. I think they've bought in from day one. I think it's been apparent that they bought into Mike Vrabel and the culture, but I think all of that has really helped the cause. And that's why every time something happens, Will Campbell and Jared Wilson get hurt, it's okay because these guys are ready and they're embracing the challenges that come with that. And I think that you've seen it with the wide receiver room. It's a different guy every week. I think they've really bought in.
Still to come on Patriots Unfiltered on TV. Josh Allen and the Bills come to Gillette Stadium in a must-win for a chance at the playoffs. Evan Lazar goes to the tape to break down the Bills' defense. Fred Kirsch on what the key will be to Sunday's quarterback duel. The Patriots have the best record in the NFL, but is it because they're the best team? That's this week's Trash Talk debate. And I'll go one-on-one with Kayshon Boutte.
Patriots Unfiltered on TV is brought to you by Cross Insurance, official insurance broker of the New England Patriots, and by Sports Illustrated Tickets. 50 million sports concerts and theater tickets, 0 fees. Fans deserve better. Visit sitickets.com today.
You're watching Patriots Unfiltered on TV. What's up, everybody? It's Evan Lazar. It's the Unfiltered Film Room. Week 15, huge game. The AFC East on the line for the Patriots and the Bills on Sunday. Let's go back to this Week 5 game, the Patriots' big win in Orchard Park. And I want to talk about this key play on the game-winning drive for New England. So ever since I really started studying this Sean McDermott defense, the Bills have always been a cover 2 base. They play a ton of cover 2 in the secondary. And what they're going to do here is they're going to kind of show that they're going to maybe bring this linebacker here in blitz. It's going to get the Patriots to slide the line in that direction. But I want to draw out the routes here on this stick concept, hook concept, whatever you want to call it, right there. So we have these 2 inside routes with the vertical clearing it out. We have the cover 2 shell up top here with this corner out here squatting. And Drake May is just going to read this outside corner as we roll the play a little bit. You can see them fall into this cover 2. This is what Buffalo does. We pause it right there. And here's the whole shot right here for Drake May along the sideline to Kayshon Boutte. You fit it in that window. We can keep rolling it. Boom, 19 yards, get him into field goal range, kick the game winner, and a big upset win back in Week 5. So expect the Patriots to see a lot of cover 2 defense from Buffalo, a lot of coverage, not a ton of blitzing this time around on Sunday here at Gillette Stadium. I'm Evan Lazar.
I don't want to get ahead of ourselves, but when the Bills come to Gillette Stadium on Sunday, we could be looking at a potential hat and t-shirt game. Now, it's been a while. Do we still not celebrate division titles here, or have we been through enough the last couple of years?
No, I think you definitely celebrate division titles around here. And maybe
champagne,
they did
goggles.
Lose, the whole thing. I mean, maybe they did lose a little bit of their meaning over that 20-year run where it just felt like, hey, it's just a matter of time before we seal up the title for the AFC East. But if you want to be the best, you got to beat the best, the Buffalo Bills. So it's going to be a great game, great atmosphere, I'm sure.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know about, champagne and goggles and whatnot, but you should be excited about winning divisions. I think this is one of the reasons why you heard before the bye, in the post game after the Giants game, Mike Vrabel mentioning, champions. Playing like champions, they have a chance to compete for a championship right now. Coming out of the bye, don't lose focus. You have a lot still to play for. but maintain that focus, and you have a lot of things that you can achieve.
Now, the Bills were kind of lucky to come out on top of this one against the Bengals. 3 touchdowns in less than 5 minutes in the fourth. Pick 6 off Joe Burrow seals the deal. How do you feel about seeing Buffalo after they've just come off such a gritty win, and they have a lot on the line too?
Josh Allen playing the way he is. James Cook, really solid player. And the 2 tight ends. I think that's enough of a core to win games for this team, but you got to be aware of Josh Allen. He is playing like MVP right now.
Maybe this isn't as talented as the previous couple of iterations of the Bills, but you're seeing what Mike is talking about with Josh Allen. He's recognizing that the time is now to make some plays with his legs. They won't give it to you. You're gonna have to, if you want to win this hat and T-shirt, and you want to do all the cliche stuff, and you want to take it, you're gonna have to win it. They're not gonna hand it to you.
Already without Milton Williams going into this one, Khyiris Tonga was a huge part in beating Buffalo last time. That was kind of like his breakout game for a lot of us. How important will his availability be for this team and trying to contain Allen on the ground and also Cook, who's such an underrated back?
Yeah, it's a huge challenge. It's a huge challenge for, I mentioned Harold Landry as a guy who's a little banged up going into the bye. I mean, you've got to be able to, keep Josh Allen in the pocket, but then finish him off. I mean, you just see how dangerous he is when he gets outside of the pocket. So if you could get Tonga back, a huge boost to the depth. You're not going to have Milton Williams. Hopefully you get him back in a couple of weeks. But these guys have to step up, and really that's keeping Josh Allen contained and managing that is a huge part of this game.
And as well as the Patriots have played on defense for the most part all year, one thing that's been a little bit lacking, Mike talked about the pass rush earlier, but forcing some turnovers. James Cook will give you some opportunities. He's fumbled the ball a little bit. I think he's got 4 fumbles over the last couple of weeks. It's been a little reckless near the goal line. Something to keep in mind. Vrabel's going to drill that home. And maybe force a turnover or 2.
Yeah, large volume for James Cook too. I wonder if that's catching up with him. They put a lot on his plate. He's getting at least 20
catches. Maybe don't reach the ball out at the goal line.
That would also be good.
Twice.
Vrabel would hate that.
No, that's an old rule.
Defensively, injuries have hurt the Bills. What can the Patriots take advantage of, and what do they need to be concerned about on that side of the ball?
I think you can take advantage of the Bills' aggressiveness defensively. When they get in trouble, they really come after the quarterback. And Joe Burrow just sat back and said, "Come on, you want to blitz me? I'm going to find." I mean, granted, he has Jamar Chase, he has T. Higgins. It's a little bit different, but I thought it was pretty easy in the snow for the Bengals for the most part in that game. And then, there were a couple of kind of fluky interceptions with Burrow that changed the game. Otherwise, I didn't really see any evidence that the Bills were going to come up with any stops. Take care of things up front. Don't let that pass rush ruin the game.
I am now joined in the studio with Patriots wide receiver Kayshon Boutte. Welcome.
How you doing?
Now, the Patriots content team had you mic'd up last week, and a clip showed you had a little confusion with the Drake May nickname.
Hey, do anybody know what they mean when they be like Drake May? Like what the hell does that mean?
Have you figured that out yet? Has someone caught you up to speed?
So I think I seen somebody on Instagram said Drake May means like he got his nickname as his name, so which means he's in his own category.
Now, Drake's first touchdown was also your first touchdown. It was a bomb. So you guys have really been connected, good chemistry on the deep ball since the get-go. What has it been like nurturing that relationship and that chemistry with him?
I think it's been great. We both young. His first season, my second, so I want to improve, and he went 3rd overall, so he's already a good quarterback. And I think that was really the start for both of us. And I think that's where the chemistry started. And I asked him if he wanted the ball after the touchdown, but he was like, no. So
he gave it to you?
I got to keep it. I still got the ball. So I think still got the ball and the jersey, so it's kind of cool.
So did you guys just click instantly?
I'm all about the quarterback. Like, if you want me to do things a certain way, I'm going to do it the way you want it. So whether that's practice, OTAs, camp, just doing things how he wanted, so he feel more comfortable when it's time to make those plays.
There's speculation coming into this season whether or not you even make the team. There was a lot of receivers in that room. Now you're leading the team in receiving touchdowns. What was your mindset coming into camp this year?
Just hearing the noise from the outside, pushing that away, focusing on what's at hand, camp, just proving everybody wrong, honestly. And that was my thing day by day, one day at a time. Now, I always knew I had the talent, but I think everybody doubted how much I can do. So.
Do you like having a chip on your shoulder, like just being
underestimated motivate you?
I would say, yeah, everybody doubting you, but when you make plays and then the script kind of flip, you know? But it's like, I still see a lot of the stuff people say or did at the time. So, I mean, now that things going right, you know, just proving everybody wrong.
What is it about Mike Vrabel and Josh McDaniels that really makes this feel different and has led to all this winning?
I think with Coach Vrabel, you know, first thing he came in, he talked about trust. He didn't expect us to trust him instantly. Trust built over time. And I think that was the main thing he harped on. And then just team identity, you know, effort and finish, details, technique, fundamentals, ball security, and then just making smart decisions. I think Josh, you know, a lot of experience in the business, well-known coordinator. I would say he a great guy, put us in all the right positions to make plays. So.
You guys have a tough stretch to close out the rest of the season here. What's the message from the top to keep you guys focused and finish out strong?
Day by day, you know, try not to think about a month from now, 2 months from now, just be where your feet are. Just getting better in practice, harping in on the details, and everything will carry over to Sunday.
Well, best of luck on Sunday, and we will be back with more Patriots Unfiltered on TV after the break.
Patriots Unfiltered on TV is brought to you by Cross Insurance, official insurance broker of the New England Patriots, and by Sports Illustrated Tickets. 50 million sports, concerts, and theater tickets. Same seats, better prices. Fans deserve better.
You're watching Patriots Unfiltered on TV.
We've got a good one coming up Sunday at 1. It's like the old days when the Patriots would play Peyton Manning and the Colts in the regular season. Two great teams with great quarterbacks battling for superiority. This time, it's Drake May and Josh Allen and the Bills, and the Patriots jockeying for position to take the AFC East. In the case of New England, win and it's yours. I sense a lot of hand-wringing, though, among Patriots fans after the Bills outscored Joe Burrow and the Bengals in the snow last Sunday. But have no fear. That was a game with two great quarterbacks and very little defense. When one of those two great quarterbacks made two not-so-great plays, the game was decided. Despite playing better in the 2 weeks prior, the Bengals D, like water finding its level, reverted to its season form. Terrible. The Patriots D isn't going to show like that, and I'm trusting that Drake May isn't going to turn the ball over in 2 consecutive critical second-half drives. Yeah, this Sunday is going to be an epic challenge, but it's going to be a challenge for both teams. Have faith, Patriots Nation. Head into the fray with confidence.
The rise has been meteoric. The New England Patriots have nearly tripled their win total over last season. They are the owners of the best record in the NFL. As to why? The speculation ranges from an easy schedule to getting all the breaks. In this week's Trash Talk, Mike and Paul look at another reason. Maybe they are the best team in the NFL.
11-2, how did the Patriots get here, Paul? Well, I got to start with Drake May. I don't think either of us saw this coming. Even going back to the summer when we were watching this kid play in training camp practices, he looked good, maybe a little inconsistent. We've always seen the arm, but ever since week 3, this kid has been playing at another level. Give Drake May a big chunk of the credit, and of course the coaching staff for putting him in position to develop like this year. But this is a second-year leap that I did not see coming, and I think that's made the biggest difference.
So I can't argue with anything you just said, and that was our mantra all summer. If Drake May makes that second-year leap, and I think both of us were sort of looking at what we saw in training camp, we're like, well, he's better, but it's not going to be that meteoric leap that we were hoping for. Well, we've gotten it, and that's the biggest reason why the Patriots are better. But the schedule has had, something to do with it. But I agree with you; it's more about Drake May.
Let's also just talk a little bit about the job they did putting this team together in the spring. I mean, the free agency class, the rookie class. I mean, the Patriots have, I think, the second highest contributions from a rookie class as far as starters going right now. They've had some injuries along the line with the rookies, but overall, the job that they've done, bringing in those rookies who have contributed immediately, stabilizing the offensive line with Garrett Bradbury, Morgan Moses on the end. Just every move this year, Paul, seemed to kind of fit together. And when you have Drake May playing at an MVP level, and then you have some solid veterans and some solid rookies all come in, I think that's a big piece of the pie as well.
And no one really brings up that free agent class as often as they should. And I'm not saying it's been ignored, but they really nailed the offseason. So you have the free agent bump along with the quarterback bump, and all of a sudden, you go from just being from bad to good to one of the best teams in the league, if not the best, at 11-2.
Let's talk about one last thing, Paulie, just the culture change around here. I mean, these guys don't seem to really blink. When they get into games that are tough back and forth, they just seem to continue to play with the buzzwords that Mike Vrabel started with, effort and finish. You've seen that throughout the locker room. I think that's been part of it too. We felt it all year. These guys all really seem to like playing with each other.
You'd be blind if you didn't notice how much this team has been connected from the start of the training camp right on through. And, they haven't had a ton of adversity, Mike, but when they do, they immediately respond to it. And I think that's because they believe. They believe in each other, they believe in the coaching staff, and they believe in what they're doing. And don't leave out Drake May in that, too. They believe in the quarterback.
Well, can Drake May and the Patriots keep the good vibes going against Buffalo this weekend with the division championship on the line? Stay tuned for predictions after the break.
Now back to Patriots Unfiltered on TV.
The Patriots have had a nice break, but it's back to work at home on Sunday against Buffalo. We've seen Mike Vrabel get this team up to grind out these primetime games. Will he get them up for this last stretch of the season coming out of the bye as well? Sunday at 1, the Patriots are 1.5-point home dogs. It's been a minute since we've seen that. The over-under is 50.5 points. Paul, does the winning streak continue?
It does. And I'm going to play the role of Fred Kirsch. That's disrespectful.
It is disrespectful.
That line is disrespectful. The Patriots have won 10 in a row. Why are they home underdogs to anyone, Mike Dussault? I'm going to say Josh Allen's not going to make it easy, though. I'm not predicting any kind of blowout. 27-24 New England.
I like it. Josh Allen is not going to make it easy, though. I think this is a chance for really Drake May to solidify his place. This is the time to shine. MVP, division on the line, championship. I'm going to go with the Patriots. I got even more of a shootout than Paul does. I'm going to say 35-33 Patriots.
I would love that.
Right down to the end. You got to put Josh Allen. It's like Jason Voorhees. You got to kill him, then you got to kill him again.
Yes.
He's going to come back if there's any time left. Patriots got to
9 lives. Get him and kill them all. I have the same score as Paul. 27-24. I want to be in a hat and t-shirt on the field after the game. I don't know if that's going to happen for me, but let's speak it into existence. I like it. 11 straight wins, AFC East championships. Let's do it. That's going to be it for this edition of Patriots Unfiltered on TV. As always, you can catch the three of us on Patriots Unfiltered on Patriots.com every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday from noon to 2 p.m. For Paul Perillo and Mike Dussault, I'm Alex Francisco. We'll see you next week.